What's going on, sports fans? Welcome to this episode of KFR Sportscast, and we are back 3 episodes in a row. This is a special treat, I swear.
It is.
This is a special treat.
We
are going over the conference championship games.
And then there were 4.
And then there were 4 teams. And probably, I could, dare I say, bigger games than, maybe in my personal opinion, bigger games than the Super Bowl itself, with some sort of implication, obviously.
Huh? I don't know. That's literally the biggest game of the year.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know. It's the biggest game of the year, Jim.
Well, before we get going into these, welcome everybody. I am one of your hosts, BG, and tagging along with me, as always, well, for the postseason at least, is big, sexy over here. He's somewhere here.
Right here. That's me.
Big, sexy Jake, and below us is the heel Jake. We are going
down there.
Jake Van Denzel.
Our final 4. Let's go with this view. I like this.
I didn't like how tiny I was. That was weird.
No, I like that. I like this view. We got the games right here next to us. All right, let's go over this. So, here's a story of a lovely podcast.
Let's take a look here, shall we?
I watched this video like where it was supposed to be. They were all singing. It was probably like during COVID, and you could see because it was all celebrities and ushers like looking all over the place. But he's over in the corner. Like you can tell they told him he was going to be the middle piece, and he wasn't. He's looking all over the place. He's in the corner.
That is savage. That's brutal.
It's like, yeah. What do you think about that over there?
Yeah, exactly. So we got game number 1, NFC Championship game. Who none of us predicted Washington moving on last week.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, no, not a whole lot of people did.
And with Washington making it to the NFC Championship, now every single NFC team except the Dallas Cowboys have made it to the NFC Championship game since 1996. You are welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
So Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts both have grown up, gone to school, lived their life, gotten drafted in the NFL, and still made it to a conference championship before the Dallas.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit. Sell the team, Jerry Jones. We're not going to waste our time with Cowboy speak.
No, don't sell the team, Jerry, please.
Don't. This is as close we're going to get to conference title talk is like right here. This moment.
All right, so first game up is we have the NFC Conference Championship between 2, obviously, division rivals who split the series 1-1 early in the season, both winning on home turf. So Washington won in Washington, Philadelphia won in Philly. Yeah, let's kick right into it, guys.
Is it possible for both teams to lose?
Oof, unfortunately not in the postseason.
No.
Shit.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, so as a Giants fan, I'm just, like 2 division rivals making it to the NFC Championship game, and I'm just like, why? Well, I don't even want to watch this game. Like, obviously I would like the Eagles not to make it more, but I mean, the Eagles not making it, that means that Washington gets to a Super Bowl and, has a potential to win it and has that bragging right.
With a quarterback he could have had.
With a quarterback that we could, yeah, exactly. With a quarterback that we could, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I mean, with a quarterback that we could have had, it's, and then if the Eagles make it and it's the running back that we didn't pay and it's just pain. Nothing but pain all the way. Any way that I look at it, it hurts. No pun intended there. Yeah, it's just all over the place, and, it's just moments like these, you got to just think to yourself, you're fine when you're really not. And it's, so yeah, I think the Eagles are going to win the 3rd game. I'm just going to be sad the entire game. It's just not going to be an enjoyable game for me to watch. I'm going to be like that Wolverine meme when I'm just like looking at the picture of Saquon in a fucking Giants uniform, and I'm just like, you know.
Next to it's a picture of your GM talking and his son telling him about drafting Jake Daniels.
Yeah, that's going to be on my phone while I'm looking at the picture of Saquon. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, Eagles. Yeah, let's move along, please.
Two teams that I have picked against twice this postseason, both of them making it to the conference championship game. I've picked neither of these teams in any of these games. The biggest surprise was Detroit. Holy crap! They seem like a team of destiny. They seem like they just did what the Lions always do, and it's so sad. It's sad. I was sad. Like that's the most sad I could be for not the Bills losing. Like I was just sad. I'm like, really? Is this really how this is going down? It was a good game. Like I enjoyed it.
I texted you after, and I was like, I'm upset.
Right, especially when Detroit was still in it early in the game. It was very fun to watch. I'm turning around, big play. It was fun. Credit James Daniels for getting this far. Wow, this is. And I literally said last week, I said he's got an NFC Championship game somewhere down the line in his future. Didn't know it was going to be right now. Didn't realize it was going to be right now. But here we are. He is doing everything for Washington's franchise that the Bears wish Caleb Williams had done for him this year. For them this year. But hey, they're getting Ben Johnson. I think he's going. He might be the godsend that Caleb Williams needs. But anyways, we'll come back to that at another time. Washington, fantastic, man. I didn't see them making this run. It's incredible. I knew that the Tampa game was 50-50. The big game against Detroit is just something else. On the other hand, you got Philadelphia, who let's just be open and honest with it, okay? The fan base, about 95% of them I don't like. And that's my problem with the Eagles is they have a really obnoxious fan base. I know good people who are Eagles fans, okay? You are exempt. This ain't for you. But Most of the people in the fan base are awful, and I just hate to see them win. Okay, it's just the only time I was ever acceptable was when the worst evil on the other side was Tom Brady, and that was like, okay, Eagle dick. But it's a seven-year-old joke, kids, 8-year-old joke. I don't know.
Oh my god! I did not think that was going to make an appearance today.
Nick Foles, Nick Nick. Chance ever created. So fun.
Oh, broken. Oh. Whew.
So the Eagles have played great football. Jalen Hurts has let Saquon carry this team to where it needs to be. And the weather definitely did help them in the back end of that Rams game. Kudos to them getting this far, especially halfway through the year. I didn't think they would. I got to pick one of these two teams that I haven't picked all postseason, and I really like Jaden Daniels. Give me Washington, baby. You're going back to the Super Bowl. You're going back, baby. You're going back. And you're going to meet the same team you met last time you were there. But we'll get to that later.
All right. Hey, listen, this is going to be an incredible matchup. I think, that Detroit game, Tara and I, we went out for it, sat at the bar, and, I had a Lions fan directly next to me, and then there was about 3 or 4 Commanders / Redskins football team fans next to him, and game starts, the beginning of the game it's electric and everything, and it's so funny because there's this one guy at the bar and then Tara and I, and Detroit makes a big play, and there's the 3 of us cheering, and then a couple people throughout the restaurant, and then Washington makes a big play, and there's these Washington fans, they start cheering. Well, then Sam Laporta makes that crazy one-handed catch touchdown in the end zone, and the whole bar, like the whole restaurant, starts going crazy. And Tara and I both are like, where the hell did all these people come from? But then Washington scored, and it's still just those 3 people at the end of the bar. I was like, these people are outnumbered like 100 to 3. So
didn't realize it was enemy territory.
exactly. And like it's crazy because, you know, it wasn't even like they were Detroit fans. I mean, there were Bears fans that were rooting for Detroit. There were Titans fans rooting for Detroit. Like it was just ridiculous. I don't know what it is. I like Jaden Daniels. I love what he's done this season. You know, to your point, little Jake, I mean, that Tampa Bay game, pretty much 50-50. I mean, he balled out. And then he goes into Detroit, a very tough place to play, and takes down what most analysts and everything said was the number 1 team. I mean, obviously they were the number 1 seed, but was like the best team in arguably the NFL, and takes them down in the postseason. Now there is a record of rookie quarterback has never started in the Super Bowl, right? I mean, so there's that weighing on the shoulders of Jaden Daniels. And just like I was telling Tara, like there's a first for everything. There's a first for everything, right? Philadelphia has been playing well. Obviously, they had the home field advantage. Probably going to be another snow game if weather serves me right by looking at the forecast. I mean, these are 2 teams that are very familiar with each other. This is tough. Tough. I'm gonna take Philadelphia in this game. I think Philadelphia will win. But man, it would be something if Washington won. But Philly, I think, is gonna win this game. I think they're gonna win it close just because of the matchup itself. So give me Philadelphia. All right, the next matchup that we have, ladies and gentlemen, is the Part 2, correct? Part 2 of the AFC Championship version of it. Buffalo going into Kansas City to play the 2-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. And this is now the first matchup. Serve me right. It was it 2020?
Yeah. So first matchup was off the 2020 season. Was in 2021. Kansas City destroys them. 2021 season into 22 was the 13th second game.
Yep.
The next year they played, it was like 22-23, they played Cincinnati and got destroyed at home. And then last year you had Wide Right, Part 2.
This is a different Bills team than that first AFC Championship game that, you know, all those years ago. This is a different Josh Allen. You know, it may not seem like it to the naked eye, but Josh Allen has improved tremendously over these last few seasons. And so I think this is a great matchup. I think at some point, and everybody's been saying it, the luck has got to run out. You know, it's not just the fans that are calling for the referee officiating. It's everybody in the NFL media as well. I mean, so it's not just the fans, right? So, but I'm going to take Buffalo. I really do think that Buffalo has been dominant over Kansas City in the regular season. I think this is the game that gets Buffalo past Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City and into a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know, this whole Chiefs and the officiating and all that stuff. I mean, if you're denying it at this point, it's just delusional. Like, in my opinion, like it's, I mean, well, let me rephrase that. If you're denying it, it's for 2 reasons. You're delusional or you're a Chiefs fan.
Which still makes you delusional.
Which still makes you. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from how good the Chiefs, like, defense is. Steve Spagnuolo is, you know, one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time. You know, in my opinion. I mean, I'm a little biased when I say that because he helped us beat an undefeated Patriots team. But you know, even with all that, I mean, all these calls, and I don't want to make this whole take about the calls, but I mean, it's pretty much all anybody's been talking about ever since the finish of that Texans game, and but it's been going on for a lot longer than that. I mean, you think back to a lot of what was going on with Brady and all that stuff. And this Chiefs team is the NFL's golden goose. They want to. It seems like they want to protect it and and milk it for all they can get out of it. Well, Pat Mahomes is still in his prime or whatever, and whatever the case may be. I hope to God that the Bills beat them. I hope they do it. I really do. I really do. I want that to happen so bad because I'm sick of seeing the same old thing all the time. I mean, but I mean, being realistic, I just have this bad feeling that the refs are going to screw them out of this game. I mean, it's been happening all season. It's been happening all season to teams. Many teams this season has had this Chiefs team beat, and they've screwed them out of the game. The proof's in the pudding. I mean, this isn't breaking news. I'm gonna pick the Bills, but I will not be shocked. I will not be shocked when the refs screw them out of this game. Because they're going to try to happen. They're going to try and make it happen. Now, the way that the Bills can avoid that is if they beat the living shit out of the Chiefs, just dominate them from the opening whistle, just completely dominate them. I think it's possible. Josh Allen definitely has the capability to just light up this Chiefs defense. I mean, we've seen it earlier this year. Yes, he's going into Arrowhead playing in a really hostile environment. Arrowhead is one of, if not the hardest places to play on the road. But I mean, Josh has performed in the playoffs at this stadium before. If it wasn't for, the Bills defense giving up 60 yards in 13 seconds, give the Chiefs, a shot to tie the game, maybe it would have been a different story. Who knows? I'm going to go with the Bills just because I want to see them in a Super Bowl. The fan base deserves it. My boy Jake deserves it over here. I just really think that this Bills team, if they can make it to the Super Bowl, can win it all. But they have to make it first. They have to make it. But I'll say this. Whoever wins this game is more than likely gonna win, bring a Lombardi Trophy home.
Oh man, if the last half a decade now at this point couldn't traumatize a fan base more, here we are again. Same old thing. You gotta think to yourself, this has gotta be it, right? This literally has to be the moment. And I know it was kind of said last year. It was in the groove of that. Buffalo had the game at home. But to me, as the season played along, that season last year was the Bills stretching out the little last bit of their 2020 era of players and getting themselves to that point. But having deficiencies, having cancerous teammates, having guys that are a little too old to still be on the team, dragging themselves to that point, blowing it. This is something. This whole new version of playoff Bills, this whole new version of dominant Bills, is something completely different because that old team, all you ever saw was Josh. Boom, boom, all the way up, down the field. Throw it to this guy. Diggs is lighting up the field. So we're talking different eras. You got Gabe Davis. You had Emmanuel Sanders at one point. All of that combined, and that's what the team was. And there wasn't a run game. The O-line was iffy. Devin Singletary, no disrespect, is an average running back. Him and Zach Moss. You draft a guy like James Cook. You bring a guy in like Ray Davis. You sign on Ty Johnson. You get a bunch of receivers that all play selfless football. You keep Khalil Shakir, who was your best damn receiver last year. He's your best damn receiver again this year. You're winning game without having to rely on Josh throwing 40 times. Keon Coleman nor Amari Cooper have to do a damn thing. They don't have to do a damn thing. They just go out there. Amari Cooper is getting paid $800K to be a decoy because that's how the offense works. Now, if Stephon Diggs is in that role, he's whining and crying because Josh isn't forcing the ball to him in triple coverage. And that was the issue. Every single person on this offense is okay with what they get. They're okay with the everyone eats mantra. And beyond that, Josh Allen threw for 127 yards in that win over the Ravens. 127 yards. Because the Bills can run the football versus anybody. The offensive line has been playing so well, they just dominate you on the ground. James Cook here. Ray Davis is going to bust through the middle of the defense. Oh, look, Ty Johnson's open on a crazy pass. The offensive line has protected Josh in the pass game, too. Least sacks allowed in the league. It took weeks for someone to sack Josh again. That was with Denver's excellent defensive line. This is a different version of this team. In Kansas City, everybody's heard what I've had to say about them all year. This is like the least threatening version of them that's ever existed. And that is why referees have gone out of their way to assist them as much as possible, and it's just disgusting. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is definitely probably going to win like 3 more Super Bowls in his career. Okay? That's the low bar, honestly, in my opinion. Like, he's probably going to win at least 3 more by the time this is all said and done in the next 10 to 13 years. Let the best team have their shine. Let the moment happen. I know you want this to repeat to happen so bad because you want to give them something over Brady or whatever. But when people at the end of the day are going to talk about football 20 years from now, they're going to talk about how great Brady was, how great Mahomes was. And they're going to put them in the same class, and it's just going to come down to opinion on who holds who over the other. Who gives a shit? Who cares? If they're not the better team, let them lose. Let them lose. Buffalo has shown time, and what Jake said with Detroit, like a lot of times this season, they look like the best team in the league. But let me tell you, Buffalo has. And they went in there, and they said, hey, Lamar, take your cute little third MVP, skirt on out the door. See ya. Bye. Take it. We don't care about that. We don't want that. That's not what we're here for. We're here to win the whole damn thing. Baltimore has their Super Bowls. They have a 2-time MVP winner, probably a third. Buffalo doesn't have that championship in this moment. And to me, this is the moment. This has to be the moment. There is no way this is the most team a Buffalo team has ever felt together, playing together. The defense did their job, and this was what helped them in that rematch against Baltimore, was getting all their defensive starters back. This team has played coherently as a team. That team versus Kansas City, not looking impressive despite a 15-win record. It just has to happen. This will be a close game. I'm gonna be angry throughout the whole thing, okay? And I will be untalkable to until it's over. Okay? This is Hard Tack Part 2. Technically, it's the playoffs, so Part 3, but I'm always nervous. This is it. This has got to be the moment. This has to be the moment. We got to be saved from this fictitious three-peat. It has to happen. Buffalo, Washington. That's how I want to see the Super Bowl at this point. Since I lost my dream, Detroit, Buffalo Super Bowl. This has to be the moment. As a fan, another loss in this moment. I don't know. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I can eat it. It's getting hard. It's getting hard out here. Because then all they're ever gonna say, "Oh, you can beat the Ravens. You can beat." Like, this was like the least credit Buffalo got for beating Kansas City in the regular season this year because, you could beat them in the playoffs. That's all anybody said. I'm just like, are we not supposed to be happy that we beat them? It's like, oh no, you can't beat them in the playoffs. And it's like, okay. And my reply to that was, okay, we'll see you down that line then. We'll see you there. Here we are. First time in what? Now it's been 4 years. Whole different team. Bills win this game. Please. For my mental sanity, get back to the Super Bowl. Something I've never even dreamed of ever seeing in my life for so long as a Bills fan. And that's a love story of Bills football. Because you love this team, and they're gonna break your heart, and you love this team, and they break your heart. This is the moment. It has to be. That's all I'm gonna tell myself all week to get myself through the next 5 days. It's Tuesday. We're recording here. So it's got to get me through the week. This has got to be the moment. This has got to be it.
So yeah, guys, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, listening, watching every to all these episodes. Appreciate the love as we've built this platform back up. This is it. These are the games for all the marbles, right? We got three games left technically. Got 3 games left in the NFL season. 2 this weekend and 1 in a couple weeks. It's almost coming to an end. But Appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. Make sure that you follow us at KFRSPRTS Cast on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media platforms. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay up to date on all the latest episodes.
I just want to do a little plug here. Those of who are listening that are in the Syracuse area, if you are ever in the market for a vehicle, come down to McGuire Nissan of Syracuse and see me.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Sponsored by myself.
Not
sponsored by McGuire, but sponsored by myself because I work there.
Yeah. What comes next after the season is over? Well, then we start getting ready for draft time. That's what happens.
Yep.
For draft time.
Or if you're a Giants fan, you get ready for draft time after week 3.
Yeah, as a Giants fan, you look forward to all the future prospects that are going to make the Philadelphia Eagles shine in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in. I am one of your hosts, BG, and tagging along with me is Big Sexy and the Heel. These are the conference championship games. We will talk to you guys later. Until next time, peace out.
Big Sexy out.